Okay, and everybody is muted. Hey guys, it's Maren. Today we're going to be doing a fastish flow, Vinyasa Flow. If at any point you need a break, a rest, definitely take it. You can sit in child's pose the whole time if you need to. This is your practice. So, I'll count down. You guys all have the music. It's 1 hour flow number 6 on my Spotify, which is Maren Leah. And I'll count from 3, 2, 1, and then we'll pause for a second, then press play. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, play. Cool. All right, so we are all on the same page. And let's begin in child's pose. Knees out wide, big toes to touch in the back, your chest and belly sinking down between your knees. Let your forehead come down to the floor. And just start to settle in here. Start to notice your Saturday morning body. Notice exactly how you feel emotionally, not how you felt 20 minutes ago or when you woke up, how you feel right now. Without changing it, just notice your breath. Maya Angelou wrote, "You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them." It's one of the things that yoga teaches us, how to stay calm in a chaotic world. How to be a participant and an actor in your life, not a victim all the time. You can find peace even in the hardest of times. There will be bad stuff. Always there will be bad stuff. But we are in control of how we react, how calm we can stay. Start to feel your breath deepen here. Feel your inhales expand your ribs, almost create space in between every single rib. And then feel your exhales drop your chest closer to the floor. Let's take a few deep, full breaths together right here. Inhale deeply through your nose. Open your mouth, sigh it out. One more, just like that. Inhale deeply and completely through your nose. And then open your mouth and just let it go. Now gently close your lips. Start to inhale and exhale through your nose, a slight constriction in the back of your throat. It should sound like the ocean, or like you're fogging up a mirror, but with your mouth closed. This is Ujjayi Pranayama breath, the breath that builds heat inside of us, the breath that brings us back to this space when our mind starts to wander. And it will, and that's okay. You just gently guide it back to your mat. With your next inhale, walk your hands in towards your body and come up onto all fours. If you need to tuck your toes for extra stability, you can, but you don't have to. Inhale, drop your belly, spread your chest, look up, cow pose. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone, cat pose. Inhale, arch your back, spread your chest, look up. Exhale, push your palms down, push your spine up. One more round. Inhale, really arch your back a little bit deeper this time. Exhale, round up towards the ceiling. Now come to a flat back, a neutral spine. Plant your left palm right under your face. With your inhale, reach your right arm up. Your chest is opening to the right. Exhale, thread the needle. Your right arm comes under your left arm. Let your right cheek come down to the mat. Now you can wrap your left arm behind your back, or maybe your left fingertips reach towards the front of your mat. Take this deep stretch here. Should feel a good twisting in your spine. If your left hand is behind your back, slowly start to unravel it. Plant your left palm in front of your face. Inhale, right arm reaches up, look up. And then exhale, right hand comes down underneath your face. Inhale, left arm reaches, look up. Exhale, thread the needle. Your left arm comes under your right arm. Any variation you want with that right arm. Maybe you feel some popping and cracking in your spine. That's good. Slowly unwind. Plant your right palm in front of your face. Press it into the floor. Inhale, your left fingertips reach up, look up. And exhale, left hand comes down back into that neutral tabletop. Tuck your toes under. With your next inhale, lift your knees up to a hover only. So you're turning on your belly muscles, squeezing it all in. And then come back to that calm breath. Your heart maybe is starting to beat a little bit faster. That's okay. Your breath stays consistent and calm. One more deep inhale. Exhale, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Start to walk out your feet here, bending your knees one at a time. Maybe you start to lift a leg one at a time. Just connecting with your hamstrings. Start to link breath to movement. So one inhale, one movement. One exhale, another movement. Deep, full breath. Start to come to stillness in this downward facing dog. Every inhale, your tailbone tilts up towards the ceiling. Every exhale, press your chest closer to your thighs. Inhale, come up high on your toes. Exhale, heels come down towards the mat. Inhale, come up high on your toes. This time, exhale, bring your heels to the right. Just taking a side body stretch. You should feel that on your left side body. Inhale, come up high on your toes. Exhale, let your heels drop to the left. Inhale, come up high on your toes. Exhale, tiptoe your way up towards the top of your mat. Your feet come behind your palms, about 2 fists distance apart. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back. You're creating space. The crown of your head is pulling forward. Exhale, forward fold, a little bit deeper this time. Feel it in the backs of your legs. Inhale, take a slight bend in your knees and roll up to standing. Your head comes up last. And then reach your arms up, look up. Exhale, your hands come to heart center. Close your eyes or soften your gaze. This is where we set our intention for this beautiful practice. What do you want to walk off your mat with? What brought you here today? Maybe it's a word or a phrase. Just keep it in your back pocket for this class. Let's take a deep breath together right here. Inhale deeply through your nose. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Flutter your eyes open. Inhale, reach your arms up, look up. With your exhale, drop your right arm down your right side and take a side bend to the right. Open up your chest towards the ceiling. Inhale, come back to center, switch out your arms. Left arm drops, and then exhale, side bend to the left. Again, turning your chest upwards. Inhale, come back to center, release your hands back behind you. Fingertips can face down or up. One more inhale, create length up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, hinge backwards. You're pressing your hips forward. A baby back bend here, it doesn't have to be deep. Next, inhale, slowly start to straighten back up. Exhale, forward fold as your hands trace the backs of your legs. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale, hands come down and step back to a high plank. Now hold that here. Squeeze everything in. Your belly is up and in. You're pressing your palms down firmly into the mat, so much so that that spot in between your shoulder blades is pushing up towards the ceiling. Now shift forward so that your shoulders pass your wrists. As you exhale, chaturanga, elbows come in towards your sides, come to a hover. Hold it. Now release all the way down onto your belly. Untuck your toes, tops of your feet press down. Walk your fingertips away from your body and tent to your hands, almost like spiders. Elbows pointed up towards the ceiling. Inhale, peel your chest up, look up. Exhale, forehead comes down. Inhale, peel your chest up, look up. Now with your exhale, drop your right shoulder down towards the mat, look over your left shoulder. Elbows still pointed up. Inhale, come back to center, chest lifts. Exhale, left shoulder dips down. Inhale, come back to center, lift your chest, look up. Exhale, forehead comes down. Bring your palms in beside your ribs. Tuck your toes under. With your inhale and a straight back, push up into a push-up position, a high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Few deep full breaths right here. This is your reset button, this downward facing dog. Let everything else go. Inhale, come up high on your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, step or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll up to standing, reach your arms up, look up. Exhale, side bend to the right. Elongating your breath. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, come back to center. This time, goalpost your arms. Take a baby back bend that way. Exhale, forward fold as your hands pass through heart center. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back, prepare your spine. Exhale, hands come down. Step or jump back, high plank to low plank. You're into a hover. Inhale, pull your chest through, the tops of your feet come down, maybe your thighs lift up, upward facing dog. Exhale, roll over your toes, hips go to the sky, downward facing dog. A few resetting breaths right here. Inhale, come up high on your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll up to standing, reach your arms up, look up. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, come back to center, take that baby back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands come down, vinyasa, or if ever I suggest a vinyasa and you have had too much, just go right to downward facing dog. Beautiful. Now without lifting your right leg, step your right foot forward and plant it between your hands. Awesome, dial your back heel down. Inhale, reach your arms up, warrior one, deep bend in your front knee. Your right hip is pulling back as your left hip is pushing forward. Chest is lifted. Look up. Exhale, hands come down to the floor, come up on your back toes. Step your right foot back to meet your left. Vinyasa. Again, without lifting your left leg, step your left foot forward, plant it. Back heel comes down. Inhale, arms reach up, look up. Warrior one. Remember, you're gently pressing your right hip forward. Exhale, hands come down, step back, vinyasa. This will get your heart rate up. Inhale, come up high on your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, bend your knees. Inhale, reach your arms up, look up, chair pose. You're sitting back, so all your weight is in your heels, and like there's a little chair behind you. One more inhale. Exhale, hands to your heart, twist to the right, hooking your left elbow on the outside of your right knee. Maybe you flower open your arms here. Inhale, come back to chair. Exhale, hands to your heart, and twist to the left. Opening up your chest towards the ceiling. Notice if your right hip or right knee is pulling forward, pull it back. Any variation with your hands. Inhale, back to chair center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands come down, step or jump back, vinyasa. Inhale, step your right foot forward. Dial your back heel down. With your next inhale, arms reach up, look up. Exhale, hands come down to the floor, step back, vinyasa. Step your left foot forward. With your exhale, back heel comes down. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands come down, step back, vinyasa. Warming up the body. Inhale, come up high on your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, bend your knees. Inhale, arms reach up, chair pose. Exhale, chair twist to the right. If you want to take a side crow, you can right here. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, hands to your heart and twist. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands come down, vinyasa. Last time through. With your next exhale, step your right foot between your hands, back heel comes down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands come back to the floor, vinyasa. It's the last round. Make it count. Step your left foot forward, back heel comes down. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, hands come down, step back, vinyasa. Are you breathing hard right here? Come back to that ujjayi breath. Inhale, come up high on your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, bend your knees. Inhale, arms reach up, chair pose. Exhale, chair twist to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, chair twist to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, forward fold as you straighten your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands come down, vinyasa. We'll meet in downward facing dog. I know that was a hard one, but you know what? We're warming up, getting the sweat going, getting our heart rate going. Come back to that ujjayi breath right here. Remember, if ever you need a break, you take a break. Inhale, your right leg lifts high to the sky. Exhale, bend your knee, fan your hip. You can take some circles here with your ankle. If you want to flip your dog, go for it. If you're flipped, come back over. Inhale, right leg straight back. Exhale, you're going to bring your knee in towards your nose and now swing it to the outside of your right elbow and then step your right foot to the outside of your hand. Now bring your back knee down, lengthen for a moment, and then if it's comfortable, come down onto your forearms. So we're coming into a lizard lunge here, opening up the hips. Deep, full breaths. Come back onto your palms. Tuck your back toes under, lift your back knee. Now with your inhale, bring your right knee in towards your chest again, and then send it back behind you, your right leg. Exhale, set it back down next to your left leg. Inhale, your left leg lifts up. Exhale, bend your knee. Take some circles. If you want to flip into wild thing, go for it. Come back over when you're ready. Inhale, left leg straight back. Exhale, bringing your knee to your nose. Now swing it to your left elbow and stamp your foot on the outside of your left pinky. Bring your back knee down, untuck your back toes, and then if it serves you, come down to your forearms, getting a deep hip opener here, right into lizard lunge. Come back onto your palms, tuck your back toes under, lift your back knee. Bring your left knee in towards your chest, and then inhale, send it back behind you, your left leg. And exhale, set it back down on the mat. Awesome. Inhale, your right leg lifts high to the sky. Exhale, bring your knee in towards your nose and then gently step it between your hands. Now, we're going to bring all of our weight into your right foot and launch up off of your back leg right into one-legged Tadasana. So your left knee comes in towards your chest. Fingertips reach up. Now flex your left foot so that your toes are pointed up towards the ceiling and your knee isn't all the way in your chest. Think about a 90-degree angle here. It doesn't have to be perfect. So you're really engaging both legs, and your right foot, the foot that's planted, is rooting down. So all four corners are pushing down to the floor. One more inhale. Exhale, hook your left ankle over your right knee as you bend into your right knee. Hands come to your heart, figure four. Sit down really low here. If you have flying pigeon and want to take that right now, now's a great chance. Inhale, slowly start to stand back up. You're going to step your left foot all the way back behind you. Dial your back heel down. And now as you straighten your front leg, grab your right wrist with your left hand and pull Sky Archer. This should feel good. You're opening up your right side body. Your gaze is lifted. The drishti is up by your hands or the ceiling if your neck permits. Next exhale, start to bend back into your right knee. Cartwheel your hands down to frame out your right foot. Step it back to meet your left, Vinyasa. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee in towards your nose and step it through. Remember, all your weight is coming into your left foot. Inhale, right into that tall mountain, one-legged Tadasana. Engaging both legs. Chest is lifted. Maybe your pinkies are turned in just a little bit, engaging the arms. Next exhale, hook your right ankle this time. Hands come to heart center. Sit down really low, figure four. Another cool variation to try at this point would be coming into grasshopper. Inhale, slowly start to stand back up. Swing your right leg back behind you. Back heel comes down. Straighten your front leg. Reach over with your right hand. Grab your left wrist and pull Sky Archer. Look up. Deep, full breaths. Start to bend back into your left knee. Cartwheel your hands down to frame out your left foot. Step it back, Vinyasa. That was the first layer of our three-part flow. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, knee in towards your nose and step it through. Inhale, we have that one-legged Tadasana. Exhale, figure four. You know where you're going here. Inhale, Sky Archer. You're pulling your right wrist. Now with your exhale, bring your arms down to a T. Your hip should already be kind of kicked out to the left. So just tick-tock your hands, lean forward, right fingertips drop down, left fingertips reach up, right into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Now your left hand can be on the outside, it can be on the inside. You can grab your big toe with your peace sign fingers. Here comes a big move. So we're in triangle. With your inhale, you're going to start to come back up to a T, turning your right toes towards the long edge of the mat, and you're switching out your feet. So now your left toes turn towards the back of your mat. You're going to cartwheel your right hand overhead down to plant on the floor, your right hand, and kick your back leg right up into the air, into that revolved half moon pose. Now this is a wonky pose, right? We really feel it on the outside of our left legs here. Think about stacking your left shoulder on top of your right shoulder, and you're engaging your standing leg. Try not to lock it out so there's a light bend here, and then get your heel up high so you're squeezing your right butt cheek. Get that heel up. Now with your exhale, bring your right knee behind your left knee and your hands come to heart center, Shiva squat. If you need to bring that foot down for a kickstand, you can. Otherwise, try to keep it lifted, working on your balance. Sink down low. One more inhale. One more exhale. Bring your hands to the floor. Step your left foot back and your right foot back and your left foot to meet it. That would have been hard. And Vinyasa. Beautiful, guys. Elongating that breath. Now we're facing the back of our mat, so every time we face the back, we start with our left leg. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee in towards your nose and step it through. Inhale, tall mountain, one-legged Tadasana. Exhale, figure four, get low. Inhale, step it back and lift and lengthen Sky Archer. Now this is where we added on. Bring your arms down to a T. Start to hinge forward as your left fingertips drop down. Right fingertips reach up, Trikonasana triangle pose. Lean back like there's a wall behind you and scoop. You're scooping your left hip underneath your right hip. Here comes that huge move again. Remember, we're switching out our feet to turn back towards the front of the mat. So inhale, lift, turn towards the front. This time your left hand cartwheels overhead and plants about a foot in front of your right foot and off to the left side a little bit. Right into that revolved half moon. Right fingertips are reaching. Make sure there's energy in your fingertips, shooting out towards the universe. Deep, full breaths. One more inhale. Next exhale, your left knee comes behind your right knee. Sink down really low. Hands come to heart center. Shiva squat. Focus on one tiny little spot that's not moving. Beautiful. Next exhale, let your hands come down. Step your left foot back to the back of your mat. Right foot to meet it, Vinyasa. That was the second layer of our three-part flow. Here comes the third. Inhale, your right leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, tall mountain. Exhale, get down really low, figure four. Inhale, lengthen sky archer. Exhale, Trikonasana, lean back. Here's that big move. You're going to launch up off of your leg. Your right leg lifts. We're now facing the back of our mat, revolved half moon. Exhale, Shiva squat, get down really low. Now this is where we add on. Start to step your right toes all the way back. Plant your right palm on the inside of your left foot. Inhale, left fingertips reach, dragonfly twist. If you need a break or if it's too much, you can bring that back knee down. But you're taking a twist. Again, you're leaning back like there's a wall behind you. And keep your belly engaged here. Now, pulling your belly up and in, we're going to step back into a side plank. So roll onto the pinky side of your back foot. If you want to grab for your left foot with your left hand to open up into a side plank, you can. Or just step your left foot right back to stack on top of your right. Now hike your hips up, and then start to lift your left leg no matter where you are. Deep, full breaths. I know your heart's beating. I know you're sweating. Now step your left foot behind your extended right leg. And then reach your left arm overhead with your inhale right into wild thing pose. It's a back bend. One more inhale. Exhale, come back over right into high plank, lower to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Awesome. Facing the back, we always start with our left leg. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, squeeze everything and get low. Inhale, pull and lengthen. Exhale, triangle. Remember your inhale, your left arm sweeps overhead. We're turning towards the front of our mat this time. Exhale, Shiva, get low. This is where we add on. Step your left toes back towards the back of your mat. Left palm plants. And you inhale, your right fingertips reach up, dragonfly twist. Now come onto the pinky side of your back foot. Step your right foot back any which way you want, right into that side plank. Hiking your hips up. And then maybe lifting your right foot. Deep, full breaths. Now step your right foot behind your extended left leg with your inhale right into wild thing back bend. With your next exhale, flip back over, high plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let your knees come down. Come into child's pose just for a moment. Let's let your heart rate start to slow slightly. We're not here long, so you can stay in downward dog if you'd like. When you're ready, walk your hands forward, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up and back, downward dog. So we're going to go through those three parts, one breath to one movement. Use your breath right here. Notice if you want to pant. come back to that Ujjayi breath. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, tall mountain. Exhale, figure four. Inhale, sky archer. Exhale, trikonasana. Inhale, revolved half moon to the back. Exhale, Shiva squat. Inhale, dragonfly twist. Exhale, side plank. Maybe you try something new this time. Inhale, right into that wild thing pose. And then exhale, flip back over, vinyasa. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, tall mountain. Exhale, get low. Inhale, sky archer, open. Exhale, trikonasana. Inhale, cartwheeling towards the front of your mat, revolved half moon. Exhale, get low, Shiva squat. Inhale, dragonfly twist. Exhale, right into that side plank. Inhale, wild thing. And then come over, vinyasa. Beautiful. Now bring your knees down towards the floor. Sit back on your heels. Close your eyes. Bring your hands to heart center. Press your thumb knuckles against your chest and just come back to this breath. Now, start to shift your hips up, coming up onto your knees. Reach your right arm back behind you towards your right heel, and then reach your left arm up, coming into a half camel pose. It's a back bend. Now you can also tuck your toes if you need that extra stability and extra support. You do you here. Inhale, start to come back up. We're going to switch arms. Left arm comes back behind you. Right arm reaches up. Inhale, reach both arms up. And then exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Sit off to one side. Swing your legs out in front of you. Awesome. Extend your left leg out in front of you. And now grab your right shin. So you're going to hold it like a baby. Your right arm wraps on the outside of your right thigh. Your left arm comes around so that your foot is in the crook of your elbow, your left elbow. And just rock it like a baby back and forth. So we're opening up our hip right here. It's okay if it doesn't work exactly like mine. It doesn't matter as long as you're feeling that opening in your right hip. Beautiful. So grab your left foot with your right foot with your left hand, and you're gonna bring your right arm underneath. Yeah, exactly. Now use this so it doesn't have to be far. Your leg is gonna be over top of your right leg. Awesome. And then if you get it up as high as you can, maybe towards your shoulder, and it's okay, it might take a few tries to get it up high. It's all right if it doesn't look like mine. Yeah, and it's not over your head, don't worry. Just over your shoulder. Now bring your hands down to the floor. Let's see, maybe you press your palms and you can lift up right into elephant. So you're using your biceps, but it really is contingent upon hooking that leg over. I know it's not easy, but it's worth a shot, right? If you've never tried it before, go for it. Yep, you're pressing your palms, you're leaning forward, you're using your belly muscles. And I know you guys are strong, so even if that foot is not high, use your elbow like almost like a shelf. So it doesn't have to be all the way up by your shoulder. It's less flexibility and it's actually more leverage. So you can use your elbow and then start to push into the floor. Awesome. Now, if you would like to try 8 angle, which I know is tough, Mary, I don't know if you want to try, but you hook your right foot on top of your left foot. And I like to engage my feet and pull my toes back. Yes, girl. Start to hinge forward and then shoot your legs off to the side. Perfect. Yeah. That's awesome. Beautiful. When you're ready, we will switch sides. So now this time, extend your right leg long. Notice if you have negative self-talk here, try to let it go. If this is your first time doing it, it's cool, right? And you can keep trying, just like crow. Just sway back and forth, opening up that hip. When you're ready, you're gonna tuck your left arm underneath the crook of your left leg. Try to get it up high as you can, but it doesn't have to get high. You can use your elbow as a shelf. Pressing your palms into the floor, squeezing your belly up and in, lift your legs up. Elephant. And if you'd like to hook your right ankle right into that 8-angle pose, you can. Yes! You're doing it. Amazing. Yeah. Awesome, awesome. When you're ready, release your legs down. Let's just bring the bottoms of your feet together and open your feet up like a book. So your thumbs are on the bottoms of your feet. Knees are out wide like a butterfly. Inhale, lift your chest up. And then exhale, start to hinge forward, creating length as your forehead comes down. It doesn't have to go all the way down. You're just feeling your hips opening. Maybe you use your elbows to push your thighs more open. We're just here for a moment. Inhale, slowly lift back up. Bring your knees in towards your chest. And then start to lean back, lift your legs up. Savasana, boat pose. Palms are facing up towards the ceiling. Yes. Now you can keep your knees bent if that's easier for you, or if it feels better on your tailbone, but keep that chest lifted. And maybe you do try to straighten your legs. You can do one at a time or both. So notice if your chin is down towards your chest. Lift your chin up. Come back to your breath. Is that spot in between your eyebrows all wrinkled? If it is, release it. Are you gripping your jaw? Release it. One more inhale. Exhale, low boat, come to a hover. So you're still squeezing in your belly. Your shoulder blades are lifted. Your feet are lifted. Yes, I'm watching you. Awesome. Stay. Inhale, come up to high boat. You guys are amazing. Pull that belly in. Chest is lifted. Palms are facing the ceiling. Exhale, low boat again. Stay there. I know it's hard to breathe. Inhale, back up to high boat. Don't worry, we're basically done. Maybe you try to straighten your legs just a little more. Exhale, low boat. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Release. Let's take a full body stretch. So inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Point your toes towards the front of the room. Take a full body stretch. Exhale, bring your knees in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins. Just rock side to side here. Now release your feet down to the floor. Arms are at your sides. Palms are facing down. Inhale, lift your hips up. You can snuggle your shoulders underneath your body. Interlace your fingers if you'd like. Really push your feet into the floor. Squeeze your thighs together. And you're pushing your pinkies down into the floor. Bridge pose. One more inhale, lift. Exhale, roll down onto your back. We'll do one more back bend. If you want to do another bridge pose, you can, or if you want to go into full wheel, full back bends, bring your hands up next to your ears. Fingertips are facing your heels. Take one more deep inhale. One more deep exhale. Inhale, lift. So whichever back bend you choose, go for it. Come back to your breath. That's awesome. Slowly tuck your chin, roll all the way down onto your back. Inhale, lift your legs up like you're gonna walk on the ceiling. I think this is what you were just doing, Kyla. And when you're ready, rock up onto your shoulders and push the balls of your feet
towards the ceiling. You can use your hands under your back to support you. So squeeze your tush in, pressing the balls of your feet. Maybe make a doll foot and fan out your toes, right into yogi toes. Next, exhale, let your toes come overhead into plow. If your toes touch the floor, you can release your lower back. Keep working for that breath, those deep inhales and those deep exhales. If you'd like to release your knees to either ear for ear pinning pose, you can do that right now. Slowly start to lift your legs back up with your inhale, and then exhale, roll all the way down back onto your back. Let's take one more full body stretch. Inhale, reach, point your toes. Exhale, knees come in towards your chest. Start to rock side to side, and then long edge of your mat, so forwards and backwards. And slowly come up. Once you get there, if you want to shoot it back right into a vinyasa, you can, or maybe you try crow. Oh, if you want to come back up and work for that crow, this is the perfect spot. So you're going to bring your elbows inwards on the inside of your thighs. You're going to bend your elbows and get your knees really high up towards your armpits. Start to hinge forward. And maybe you peel one foot off, both feet off. You're looking ahead of you, not straight down. And push the floor away. And then maybe you shoot it back. Vinyasa. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, your right leg lifts. Exhale, bring your knee behind your right wrist. Your right foot comes behind your left wrist, setting up for half pigeon. So extend your left leg back behind you. Walk your hands in towards your sides. Lift your chest. Now squeeze your thighs together. See if you can lift your thighs up off of the mat. One more inhale. Exhale, walk your hands forward, keeping the length in your spine, and forward fold. If you don't feel this in your hip, you can swing your right shin as close to parallel to the top of your mat as possible. And just start to settle in. See where you can let go, where you can soften. If you want to work on king pigeon or mermaid pose, you can do that now. Otherwise, you can stay right where you are. If you're working on mermaid, walk your hands in, bend your back knee, and then grab for your back foot. You're going to bring your left foot on the inside of your left, the crook of your left elbow. Your right arm reaches up, and then behind your back, your fingers interlace. Try to lift your chest here. When you're ready, release down. Press your palms into the floor. Tuck your left toes under and lift your back knee. Bring your right knee in towards your chest. And then inhale, send it back. Any release you need here, you can flip right into wild thing again if you'd like, or draw some circles with your knee. And come back to downward dog. Inhale, your left leg lifts. Exhale, bring your knee behind your left wrist. Your left foot comes behind your right wrist. Now walk your hands in towards your hips. Squeeze your thighs together so you're creating lift. You're lifting your thighs up off of the mat. One more inhale. Exhale, hips come down. And walk your hands forward right into that half pigeon. Maybe you're pressing gently your right hip down towards the mat. Is there a muscle in your back, in your hip that's holding on, maybe afraid to completely let go? Use your breath to release that muscle. Release that hold. Are you reacting? If you want to press up into that mermaid or king pigeon right now, walk your hands in, bend your right knee, and reach back with your right hand for that back foot. Now slide your foot into the crook of your right elbow. Left arm reaches up and then reaches back behind you, grabbing your fingers. So it's a deep shoulder opening too, not just your right quad and your left hip. You've got a back bend in here. It's almost like a full body stretch. And slowly release your foot back down. Try not to sling shoot it. Bring your palms to the mat. Tuck your back toes under. Lift your back knee. Pull your left knee in towards your chest. And then inhale, send it back. Open your hip. Any release you need that you took on the other side, go for it. And then set it back down on the mat. Inhale, come up high on your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, jump or step through to a seat at the top of your mat. Legs are extended long this time. Inhale, reach your arms up, look up. And then exhale, with length, slowly start to fold forward. Now you can bend your knees if you need to get there, or wrap a strap around your feet. Try to release your head down. Maybe you flex your feet so that your toes are up towards your face. That engages the backs of your legs. Slowly start to lift back up. And now step your right foot over your extended left leg. Start to bend your left knee, so you're stacking your knees. Your right leg is on top. This is cow face pose. It doesn't have to look just like mine. If your hip is not that open, your knee might be up towards your face. That's okay. Now reach down, grab for your feet. If you don't feel this in your hips, pull your feet away from each other further. Make sure both hips are firmly on the floor. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, hinge forward and fold. Maybe you feel that on the outsides, your right IT band, your right thigh. Inhale, slowly lift back up. Extend your bottom leg long again. Now this time, bring your right foot to the mat. It's still crossed over. With your inhale, reach your right arm up, and then exhale, reach it behind your right hip. Inhale, your left arm reaches, and then exhale, hook your elbow and twist. Look over your back shoulder. You can also, if the elbow won't hook, you can just grab your left thigh and pull it in towards your chest. Every inhale, think about sitting a little taller. every exhale, twist just a little bit deeper. Notice if your right shoulder is up towards your face, try to release it down. And slowly release the twist, turn back to center, release both legs long. Beautiful. Start to step your left foot over your right leg and then bend your right knee in, coming into that cow face pose. So your right knee is stacked on top of your left knee or close to it. Bring your hands to the bottoms of your feet. Make sure both sit bones are pushing down into the floor. Inhale, lift your chest, look up. Maybe a little back bend here. And then exhale, hinge forward. Deep, full breaths. Slow breaths. Inhale, slowly lift your chest back up. Extend your bottom leg, which is your right leg, long. Your left foot comes to the mat, still crossed over. Inhale, your left arm reaches up. And then exhale, bring it back behind your left hip. Inhale, right fingertips reach. And then exhale, hook and twist. Look over your back shoulder. Maybe you engage your right foot. Toes pulling back towards your face or the back of your head if you're twisted. Deep, full breaths. These twists are so good for spine health, for organ health, organ function. One more deep inhale, sit a little taller. And then exhale, unwind. And extend both your legs out in front of you. Inhale, reach your arms up, look up. Now using your core, slowly as you can, roll down onto your back. Now bring your right knee in towards your chest and swing your right knee towards your right armpit. Give it a squeeze. And then exhale, guide it across your body. So not only do you get a twist here, but you also get a great outer right hip opening. If you want a little IT band work, straighten that top leg. You might need to readjust your left hip underneath your right hip. Try to melt both shoulders down onto the floor. Turn your head towards your right hand. Supine twist. Where can you soften? Can you close your eyes or soften your gaze a little bit more? Inhale, roll back onto your back. Pull your right knee in towards your chest. Give it a squeeze. And then exhale, set it long on the mat next to your left leg. Notice for a moment, do your hips feel different? Does your right hip feel different from your left hip? Inhale, bring your left knee in this time. Pull it towards your left armpit. You can even try a half happy baby in a pose like this. Grabbing your foot, pulling your hip more open. Now using your right hand, grab your left knee and guide it across your body, right into that supine twist. Turning your head to the left. Maybe you straighten your left leg, getting a great IT band stretch too. Remember to melt your shoulder blades down towards the floor. Slowly roll back onto your back. Bring your knees in towards your chest. And then open your knees out wide towards your armpits. Grab for the tops of your feet right into happy baby. Start to rock side to side. Massaging your lower back into the floor. Maybe you even roll your head a little bit side to side. You can straighten one leg at a time, or maybe you straighten both legs, trying to press your lower back into the floor. So notice if your butt comes up when you try it, try to press your butt down. And when you're ready, release your feet. Walk your feet away from you, releasing your legs down towards the mat. You've made it to Savasana. So your feet are towards the corners of your mat, arms away from your body, palms up to receive the energy of the room, or palms down to ground you. Before you go into a deep Shavasana, just for a quick guided meditation, start to picture your body slowly getting filled up with water, starting at your feet, filling your toes, filling your ankles, and go as slow as you can, watching your body get filled up. Your calves, your knees, your thighs. Maybe you notice when it hits part of your body that has some tension or pain. Picture the cool blue water healing it. And watch it fill all the way up to the crown of your head when you get there. Once you are completely filled with that blue water, let yourself completely rest. Digest everything we just did. And I will guide you out of Shavasana when it's time. Slowly start to bring some awareness back into the room. Deep, full breaths. Notice how different your body feels from when we started this class. Where are you softer? Where are you more relaxed? Start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, roll out your wrists and your ankles. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, point your toes towards the front of the room, take a full body stretch. Exhale, bring your knees in towards your chest, wrap your arms around your shins, give yourself this moment of gratitude, of self-love. It's a real hug because you showed up today. You gave yourself this 1 hour all for yourself. When you're ready, slowly rock to your right or your left and come onto your side. You can use your bicep as a pillow, right into fetal position. Where can you let go of reactions, of reacting to the negative? Maybe you're just more aware now, moving forward. Using your hands, push your way up to a comfortable seat. Eyes stay closed or your gaze softened. Hands come to heart center. Let's take a deep breath together right here. Inhale deeply through your nose. Open your mouth, let it go. One more, just like that. Inhale deeply through your nose and then hold it at the top. Sip in more air. A little more air. Hold it. Open your mouth, let it go. You are loved, you are brave, and you are enough. The love and light within me honors and respects the love and light within you, and it is with this love and light that we are all connected. Namaste. Thank you, guys. Thanks so much. You can unmute yourself if you have any questions.